Hi everyone, Ajit Dev here, and today I want to go through a quick video about the Yongnuo speedlights and how it performs on the Canon cameras. If you've seen my previous video, that was actually intended for a repair center, but I've had a few comments and a request was made to do a video going through the compatibility and its performance. Now, I'm a wedding and portrait photographer, so I use my speedlights off camera when I want to do the reception photographs. So what I have here are the YN568EXII speedlights, and they're mounted on the YN622C wireless triggers, C's for Canon. And I also have the YN685 speedlights. Now these actually have the YN622 receiver technology built in, so you don't need to have a wireless trigger to fire these off camera. So my typical setup would be a couple of these flashes off in the corner of the reception area, either on light stands or on clamps, and I would have one flash on camera. I would have the on camera one on TTL mode and the off camera ones in manual mode. Now you can do that, you can have mixed mode on the Yongnuo speedlight. The speedlight that you have on camera, regardless of which one you use, does need to have the wireless trigger mounted on the camera as well. As I've got the YN685, it does have the receiver built in, but it's not a transceiver, so it can't tell the other flashes to go off. So you do need to use a wireless trigger with it as well. I mentioned TTL on camera and manual mode for off camera. You can do that. You can have the Yongnuo speedlights in mixed modes. To do that, all you have to do is on your, I can show you this, on your wireless trigger, the one that you place on camera, if you hold down the channel select button for 2 to 3 seconds, the channel indicator will flash a couple of times and then it will turn solid green. That means that you can have mixed modes for the other flashes. If you don't do that and you set this one to TTL and the others to manual, after you fire a few shots, you'll notice that it resets itself, and the off-camera flashes will revert back to whatever mode you currently are using on camera. So in essence, I think Yongnuo have got a fantastic system here, apart from a couple of issues that I ran into. So that's what I wanted to go into today. On the off-camera flash method, I would have Group A, Group B and Group C. Yongnuo do not do more than 3 groups at the moment, so it is just A, B and C. If I'm using 4 off-camera flashes, I would have to choose the 4th one to be with one of the first 3 groups. So for demonstration purposes, I've just got the 3 off-camera flashes set here and the one on camera. So I've got A, B and C. So what I would normally do is I would have the on-camera flash on TTL, and this flash will go off no matter what group you've set your wireless trigger to. So regardless of whether it's group A, B or C, it will register this flash as in group A, and it will always go off. So you don't have to worry about that unless you actually turn the flash off and leave the wireless trigger on. It will then fire the off-camera flashes, but this flash will always go off if you've got it switched on. So with that being said, I've currently got this set to channel 1 and group A. So in theory, what I would like it to do is to fire the on-camera flash and group A over here. But what I found was during one wedding was that when I fired a shot, I don't know if you can see that on camera, it fires all of the off-camera flashes without fail. I can change this into group B, thinking that it's going to fire the group B flash, but it still fires all of them. And just to show you, group C, it fires every single one. So I thought to myself, well, this can't really work for me then. Surely when you want to fire some flashes at the reception at a wedding, this system just completely won't work. I thought to myself, okay, maybe I just won't have an on-camera flash. So if I take this one off, what I also have is the Yongnuo YN622C-TX transmitter. What they call it is a flash controller. This is really good. What this does is you can control the flash output of all your off-camera flashes directly from here. You can set what channel you'd like it to be in and what group, and even the zoom, all directly from this one unit here. So this is fantastic. So I thought to myself, right, I'll mount this on my camera and then I could go around and fire my shots and control which ones I'd like to stay on or off. So if I wanted to switch group A off and group B off, which I've done now, it will fire just group C, and it works. So I thought, brilliant, okay, that could work. The only problem with that is that you're not going to get any illumination from the front for your couple. So it would be great for rim lighting and getting those shots which are quite artistic and your couple is in shade. But if you want to illuminate the couple from the front, what do you do? So I came across solution number 2, which I have to admit is a little bit fiddly, and you do need to train your mind into remembering what you're doing. So what it is you put your on-camera flash back on with the wireless trigger. I would then retain this in my pocket so that I can control the flash output of these guys remotely. So this will be in my pocket. I'll just make sure I switch the other two back on. So solution number 2 involves not only having your off-camera flashes in different groups, but also in different channels. So if I do that quickly, I'll leave A in channel 1, I'll have B in channel 2, and I'll put group C in channel 3. Just makes it a little bit easier just to remember A being 1, B 2, and C is 3. So just train your mind to think along those lines. And then, like I said, your TTL flash will go off no matter what. And then all you have to do is tell your wireless transceiver on your camera which group you would like to fire. So at the moment it's on channel 1. So when I fire the shots, it is actually firing off just group A. So in my mind I'm thinking channel 1 is group A, and it does so. I can then switch it into channel 2 for group B, and it's doing the same. And then finally channel 3 for group C, and it works. So it is a little extra step that you have to remember. So you're not just changing, you don't just have the flashes in different groups, you have them in different channels, because you can't just turn them on and off on this remote. Being on the same channel, it just fires all of them. So that's the only other way that I could think of. So remember guys, have them in different groups and different channels, and then on your camera you just tell it which channel you would like it to fire, and then as you can see, the on-camera flash does go off as well. So hopefully that's given you some useful tips, something that you guys can work with if you're owners of the Yongnuo speedlights. Now the reason I wanted to do this video at this stage is because I'm going through a bit of a transition with my gear, and if you followed my Instagram, you may have noticed that I am now the proud owner of a Sony A7R Mark II. So I'm really excited to see what this guy can do. My initial intention is to hang on to my Yongnuo speedlights. So with that being said, I will get into doing a video about how these guys perform on the Sony line of cameras. Now there is one bit of good news that I can tell you straight away, is that I did get to test out the YN685 speedlight on this camera at the photography show in NEC Birmingham, and it does fire. The only thing is it fires in manual mode only, so there's no TTL, no high-speed sync. I have heard of some companies maybe releasing an adapter to turn your standard hot shoe into the Sony multi-interface shoe, and that will hopefully bring your TTL and high-speed sync modes with it. But until then, you should be able to still continue using your Yongnuo speed lights. I will be doing another video just to show you how the wireless triggers work as well, if they work. So yeah, watch out for that one. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully that's given you some useful hints and tips on how to use your Yongnuo speed lights on your Canon cameras. Remember to like and leave any comments down below. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Until the next time, thanks for watching.